And we have waited here in Indianapolis. Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year from all of us. The long-awaited, much-anticipated year 2000 is here.
Right now, we want to send it to James and Martha on the circle for the celebration that's going on here. James, Martha.
Incredible! What do you say?
Incredible. That's the only word I can think of. It was snowing confetti. It still is snowing confetti.
You got that right. In fact, I got a little here under my hat.
Oh,
yeah.
Very nice.
Thanks to my friend right here who caught some for me. We'll get more for you.
A lot of silly string.
Yes, a lot of people, Martha. In fact, the IPD Command Center is saying more than 100,000 people showed up, which well surpasses expectations.
A sea of people. It's going to take a while to get everybody out of here. We hope everybody does it very slowly.
Likewise, it's going to take a while to clean up all this mess. So that's something to point out as well. This circle will be closed most of the day tomorrow for the big cleanup.
But this was a wonderful celebration. Yes, the circle will be closed, I think, until 5 p.m. to any sort of traffic, including the blocks immediately adjacent to the circle. It's going to be a fun evening, but everybody's just, it's been smooth. The power's still on.
Yes.
I'm so glad.
Everything has gone absolutely smoothly. You can see from Skycam, the circle is packed. That's clear evidence right there. Indianapolis Downtown Inc. says that the circle can handle at least 100,000 people, and I will tell you, the crush is unbelievable.
It is. It is unbelievable. I'm going to disembark the silly string from you. Everybody's being very festive tonight, and we are so happy that everybody was able to come down and share it and that we were able to be a part of it.
Oh, you've got that right. It's almost like being an eyewitness to history here in the Circle City. One person said to me on my way over here to the live shot, it's about time. The first outdoor free celebration of a new year, and this may very well be a tradition.
Right now we're going to show the countdown, the ball as it dropped from the MS Communications. This is the Delco Remy World Globe that they created in 1997 when Delco stock originally went public. This ball was initially dropped on the New York Stock Exchange and then traveled around the country and then came here before its retirement for the year 2000 celebration and New Year's Eve celebration here at the Circle.
Whoa, he's pushing at me. You got that right. In fact, Herb Dwyer was the man at the controls. This thing was lowered by rope. Herb Dwyer is on the other end of that rope, slowly going by hand to time it just right, and he made it right on the mark there as we entered the year 2000. Happy 2000, incidentally.
What a wonderful celebration, and of course, confetti blasters from all over the place. It was just an incredible celebration so far. I feel like I'm getting hit with silly string in the back of my head.
You're covered, Martha.
I'm covered with it.
And that's one other thing to note. In fact, our coming just to this live shot from our truck, which is literally
20 feet away?
20 feet away, took a good 10 minutes just to do. Just that kind of
a crush of humanity.
Indeed, but you know what is really great is we've had no reports of any wrongdoing, any foul play in this massive audience.
This is a great celebration for Central Indiana, for the city of Indianapolis, and for everyone here who was able to witness it together.
You got that right. It makes you proud to live in this town.
Light and Dion from Monument Circle and the celebration of the new year. I'm Martha Weaver with James Ford. Back to you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to both of you as well. Well, the Y2K bug doesn't seem to have delivered much of a bite. It is now 9 minutes past midnight right now. The lights are on. No big problems have been reported as a result of the Y2K bug. We're going to go to Vicki Duncan now live at the IPL Command Center for more on the electricity situation. Vicki?
Well, Dion, years of work and millions of dollars for this. We've got light. That's what we wanted. The year 2000 is here. So far, it looks as if there are no Y2K related problems in regards to utilities. Now, let's take a quick look from Skycam 6 at Indianapolis, because the lights, as you see behind me and as you see over the beautiful, beautiful circle, that is what we have been waiting for. It appears all electrical systems are working as ordinary, and I just spoke with someone inside the IPL Command Center, and they say so far, no glitches, and that's what we want. Now keep it here on 6 News. At 12:30, we will be talking with all the people from the water company, the gas company, and from IPL, and they will give the stamp of approval, we hope, on Y2K and utilities. So right now, we're just celebrating that we have power. Live on the Southwest Side, Vicki Duncan, 6 News, and Happy New Year to you guys.
Happy New Year to you, Vicki. And it is a victory that we have power. How long are they going to be staying, sort of manning the stations there just to make sure?
they're going to keep watching here throughout the night to see how the other time zones go through, and then they'll also be watching through the next several days to see how the computers react into this new year.
Okay, Vicki Duncan live on the Southwest side. Thank you.
This is a night state officials have spent countless hours planning for, but a night that has turned out to be a relatively quiet one. That's great news. Ray Cortopassi is live at the state's Y2K Command Center with more on this now for us. Ray?
Clyde, normally I would hate to say that it was anticlimactic, but that's what it was. But that actually was very, very good. We're going to take a look here and show you here. We just heard a kind of a spontaneous rendition of Auld Lang Syne to celebrate the new year here. Now, from here at the Nerve Center, we watch state emergency workers monitor the Y2K situation around the state as midnight hit. Here now is SEMA's Executive Director, Pat Ralston, to tell us exactly how the transition went. Pat?
It went very smooth. We had really, as you said, there were no glitches. There has been 3 years worth of planning into this effort. And again, it went very smooth. It's consistent with what has happened in other parts of the country and really around the world. It's just been a smooth transition into the next millennium.
And we've really only had about 10 minutes of the year 2000 to enjoy here. How long do you think it will take before you actually begin to feel the impact, if there are, in fact, any Y2K glitches?
Well, we're going to have folks here till 6 o'clock tomorrow night. And, you know, we're going to be monitoring this all night. We're still getting call-ins on a 2-hour basis from all the counties. So we're not just going to walk away and say it's over. We're going to stay here to make sure there isn't going to be any problems. And then next week when businesses start to open, if there's any kind of problems, we're going to be, we'll be able to, muster the folks again if need be.
Not as exciting as the last time you had a command post set up here.
No. This was a very, we just didn't know, but we felt very confident. But then again, it's over now. At least the midnight part is over, but we're going to monitor all through the night.
Pat Ralston, thanks very much for joining us. The governor was down at the Circle. He probably is still there, making his way away from there to come here to actually give the crews here an update, and we suspect to congratulate them at this point. Clyde, Dion?
Okay, Ray, thanks very much for that update. Things going very smoothly there. We're glad to hear it.
We are glad to hear it. Now, police prepared for the worst tonight, of course, hoping for the best, but one big concern for them was gunshots and the stroke of midnight. Sarah Fraden has spent the night in the city's emergency dispatch center. Sarah joins us live now with more on this. Sarah?
Well, the good news is that everything here is still working. All the operators are very, very busy, though. No major problems to report, but they are having a lot of calls about shots fired. Those calls are coming in fast and furious. And I'm joined by Colonel Scott Menier from the Marion County Sheriff's Department to talk about that. Now, you've tried to warn people before. Talk again about shots fired and the problems with that.
Right. The last few days, we've been trying to warn people about shots fired. What goes up must come down, especially in the residential areas. We're concerned. As of midnight, we had 99 calls of shots fired, and a lot of these go unreported. So we're hoping that we can get the cooperation of the residents of Marion County. We want this to be a New Year's Eve to remember, but for all the right reasons.
Now, I know that's the biggest nightmare, that one of these shots comes down and actually hits someone. Then this changes. It's a crime just to have shots fired, but it becomes even more serious if someone gets hit. Talk about that a little bit.
Right. Lawmakers in Indiana and across the country recognize that this can result in injury or death. And in Indiana, it's a Class D felony, which is punishable, just the shots fired, is punishable by a year or more in jail. So if someone is injured, then, we add on the charges, and God for fear someone would be killed by one of the returning bullets. So we're asking the revelers to have a good New Year's, have a safe New Year's, and we'll all make it through this all right.
Great, thank you very much. And also, if you're out there and you're hearing these shots fired, they're asking you to call the non-emergency number if you don't have a location. That number is 327-3811. That's the non-emergency number. If you're just hearing shots fired, you only have a general location, because they can't respond to everyone, and they'd like to go to the ones where they actually have a location, you've seen the people, and they can actually make an arrest. We're live here at the 911 Dispatch Center. Sarah Fraden, 6 News.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Sarah.
Now, of course, a big question around the world was whether ATMs, the automated teller machines, would work. Well, it might seem anticlimactic at this point, but we decided to put one in our area to the test. Ben Morrison is live at the airport. Give us the results, Ben.
Well, Clyde, first of all, Indianapolis International has passed the Y2K test with flying colors, you might say. You know, computers out here run just about everything from the airplanes to the doors and the terminal to the lights, the music, the sound system, just about everything here, including the ATM machine. Now here we have a brand new year, so let's try out the ATM to see if she is working. Okay, they want my personal number here. And then hit our key. We want our, okay, we want to withdraw from our primary credit, let's say. Let's take out $20. If the boss is watching, I hope that's okay. Press it correct. We'll see what happens here. Okay, and we have to pay a fee of $1 to get our $20. And it should be processing our request right now. And hear that? Voila, it throws money at us. Y2K, here's my $20 bill. And obviously the ATMs here at Indianapolis International are indeed working. Back to you. We'll see you shortly with another story.
If they're handing out any free samples, bring some back.
I think that's real. I'm not sure.
It is too. Thanks, Ben. Still a lot more to come during our year 2000 cut-in. We'll check in at Circle Center again, too.
Plus, we are awaiting a live news conference by IPL on the electricity situation, what the update is. And is this really and truly a new millennium, or is everyone who keeps calling it that making a mistake? I'll keep it right here. We'll have much more on that as well. Still to come.
Hi, Gary Pettigo here to remind you that it's that time of year.
That's right. Our annual one-cent sale is on now at Indy's big dealer, Pettigo Chevrolet. Every new 2000 Malibu and Cavalier at Pettigo is just 1 cent over invoice. Plus, you keep the rebates up to $2,000. 2000 Cavaliers from $11,895. 2000 Malibus from $15,695. Save $6,000 on every new 99 four-door Blazer in stock. 2000 S10 pickups from only $99 a month.
That's Pettigo Chevrolet, 5100 West 38th Street, where the Pettigo people make the difference. No horsing around.
ATA's Y2Go sale makes flying quick, easy, and affordable. Why to go? There's no reason not to go. How about low sale fares to your favorite destinations? With nonstop flights and low sale fares, now's the time to plan your vacation and business travel in the 21st century. Just travel between January 5th and February 16th. Don't miss out. The sale ends January 10th, 2000. Call 1-800-I-FLY-ATA today.
Happy New Year, folks. Denny Beck of Beck Toyota. We'll be open New Year's Day from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're kicking off the new year with a blockbuster, one-day-only event. It's a sale so special, it's only for New Year's Day. We're going to give unbelievable discounts and trade-in allowances. We have on-the-spot delivery and immediate financing arrangements. We'll guarantee you the lowest prices in Indiana. So bring in your trades and your payment books, and I'll personally authorize your best deal. Remember, New Year's Day, a special sale at Beck Toyota.
Welcome back. Hospitals have said they would know just a few minutes after midnight if they had any problems, and we understand that there are no problems at area hospitals. But the other big question is, where will the first baby of the year 2000 be born in Indianapolis, and when?
And to get the answer to that, joining us on the phone tonight is Jan Reynolds, who is supervisor of the maternity ward at Methodist Hospital. Jan, welcome to you. Happy New Year.
Hi, thank you. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you very much. How are things going tonight? Do we have a Millennium baby?
We sure do.
Oh, my.
It's been pretty busy. We had a set of twins, and the one baby was born in the last century at 11:59, and we had a little girl. That was a boy, and the little girl was born at 12:01.
So a lot of babies in contention for first baby. Did you have an unusual amount of activity?
Yes, we've been real busy all day, and then right about 11 o'clock, it got even busier tonight.
Do you network with the other hospitals around town to find out, just for your own interest, who's delivering the first baby in the city?
We do. We often check around, but I think we've been too busy tonight to make any phone calls.
So you're not sure?
No,
not sure
we don't know.
If you won the race, huh? The babies, both of them, all of them are healthy.
Everybody's healthy. Mom's doing great.
And no need for generators. All the Y2 preparedness worked well for you.
Everything went just according to plan.
Okay, good. Well, we'll look for a picture in the paper tomorrow of those babies.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll have pictures too.
Okay, as well.
You
yes.
Bet.
Thanks very much. Well, a lot of people spent a lot of hours preparing for this moment and, of course, taking steps to make sure that everyone stayed safe and calm.
Yeah, Dr. Alan Hatt is the Public Safety Director for Indianapolis. He joins us live from the 911 Dispatch Center to talk about how things have gone from his standpoint. Thanks for joining us tonight.
You're very welcome. It's been quite busy around here, and all the preparation has really paid off.
Sounds a little loud back behind you there.
It is a little loud. There's kind of a party atmosphere here.
Good.
So you're celebrating now. It's over. You've declared victory. We're all set and okay?
Yeah, everything seems to be all right, and it's really due to a lot of hard work and planning by a number of people, and they've done a great job.
Anything that's really unusual that you've noticed, the dispatchers have noticed that have come in tonight outside what you would expect on a New Year's Eve night?
There really hasn't been. In fact, the number of calls hasn't been increased tremendously over any other New Year's Eve, and we're real pleased with that. There's been a number of shots fired calls that come in between 11:30 and now, and will continue for a while, but that's been really expected. It happens every year, and so there's nothing really new that's happened down here. We've had no serious incidents at all, and all the utilities are functioning, and I just really take my hat off to all the people that have planned very hard to make this happen.
Well, this very calm New Year's Eve going into New Year's Day, will that quicken your transition then?
I would suspect in some ways that it might. If there had been a major event, I would guess that would have been some issues that we'd have to deal with, but I don't foresee any problems with the transition at all.
All right, Dr. Hatt, we thank you very much. Congratulations on a successful turnover to the new year.
Thank you very much, Clyde and Dion.
Okay.
And Happy New Year to you.
And great job down there.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, now we want to go to Martha Weaver, who's downtown at Monument Circle.
Along with James Ford. A nice quiet evening down there.
Wow. You know what?
The crowd's having a good time, as they should. There's no other place to go. It's going to take a while to move everybody out of the circle.
Actually, with what they expected, at least 60 to 70,000 people, sounds like they may have more. It's going to take a while to clear all the people out of the circle. As a matter of fact, I can't imagine a lot of people wanting to leave just yet. You want to stay down there a little bit longer, that's for sure.
But if you are a Marion County Sheriff's Deputy, this has been no night to party. They are taking, of course, a very active stance against crime on this New Year's Eve. Dozens of officers gathered to get their last-minute assignments at the East Side roll call site on Shadeland Avenue earlier. Their duty tonight, to arrest people who drive drunk and to stop the perennial problem of people who shoot guns into the air at midnight. Officers say they are out in force and they will not tolerate any lawlessness.
And for those people that have the honor of being arrested on New Year's Eve, they're going to have the privilege of answering to a judge on New Year's Day. We actually have a special court set up on New Year's Day. Our other goal is to really get in the neighborhoods this evening. We're going to have task force set up in the neighborhoods to, the usual shenanigans on New Year's Eve of firing guns in the air. We aim to catch those people and arrest those people and put them in jail. Following that, we're going to form task force and have them out on the street apprehending drunk drivers.
And in case you are wondering, the Sheriff's Department says they do have extra generators just in case there is a Y2K glitch later on this evening.
All right, let's go back now to Martha Weaver downtown at the Circle.
Clyde and Dion, now that you can finally hear me, it seems that we've got so many people that are exiting. Our cables are just kind of going all over the place. But everybody is having a really wonderful time. Did you have a good time tonight?
I had a wonderful time. I was so looking forward to it. Didn't never think it was going to come off like this, but I had a great time.
I think a lot of people were apprehensive about whether it was going to be safe, whether the lights would still be on. Were those things that you were thinking about?
But I had no doubts about it. I knew it was going to be wonderful, and that's why I'm out here now.
It really was wonderful. The city of Indianapolis did a marvelous job of people. They estimated in the last chance that there were 100,000 people down here minimum.
Oh, minimum. It's probably more like twice the expected amount. They were expecting 60,000. It appears that it may have been up to 120,000. We still don't have a final estimate as of yet, though, Martha.
The flood of people into this area right around 11:45, I have never seen anything like it.
I'm with you, but what's as impressive to me is how quickly and efficiently everyone's moved out.
It's the
it's been 25 minutes.
Definition of mass exodus.
Yes. Very efficient.
Yeah.
Getting in and out, but what a crush there was, indeed.
But it was really a great evening. People were in great spirits. It was very crowded, but nobody got too frustrated with it. There was lots of entertainment, lots of things to do, and just moving around.
Right. And with that density, it does say a lot about this town. And these folks are saying a lot about this town. It says a lot about this town that we can have these sorts of crowds with no incidents reported by Indianapolis.
It was certainly a wonderful celebration for this community, and it's something that they won't forget for a long time. Neither will your mom. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Our alternative to Times Square, I think. Thank you.
Well, if you were in the partying mood, there are plenty of places to spend your evening.
And we visited several parties for you before the evening really got started. Big band sounds. They were the order of the evening at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. The event was billed as the party of the century. Besides the music, TVs keep track of the national and international festivities throughout the evening. There was also a fancy meal for patrons earlier. Even the patrons got to keep this special Y2K dinnerware that they ate off of. Besides having a good time, a portion of the profits from that evening will benefit the Marion County Children's Guardians Home.
The Indianapolis White River Gardens played host to a fire and ice evening, they called it. Partygoers not only got the usual food and drink and a beautiful view of the city, but they also got a chance to leave a message for future generations. Those who attended the event could write a note for a special time capsule that is to be buried later this summer. It will be opened in the year 2050. The evening will be capped with music and dancing, and of course, big celebration came along at midnight there. Leave the children at home. That was the message for partygoers who attended the celebration at the Indianapolis Children's Museum. They were getting a taste of the Caribbean in both food and music tonight. It was dubbed Mambo Mania, Caribbean-style buffet, calypso music, door prizes, including a trip to Jamaica. Another event for the evening, watching the famous Children's Museum water clock as it turned over a new day and the year 2000.
And there's more at the Conseco Fieldhouse. 16,000 people just rang in the new year with John Mellencamp. More than 500 of the fans paid $150 extra to attend a pre-concert party, which will continue after the music stops shortly after midnight. In fact, we're going to give you a sneak peek at the concert coming up. Now, the Fieldhouse also offered a New Year's countdown of its own, complete with balloons and confetti. But the people attending that event say their main interest is the Hoosier rocker, John Mellencamp.
Chronic John Mellencamp fans. I've been a John Mellencamp fan for 20 years.
Why?
I heard him on the radio one day in Ohio and said, that's my guy, and that was 20 years ago. Love it. We've seen him countless times.
And we'll all get to hear him in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Incidentally, that party at the Fieldhouse expected to last until 1:30 in the morning.
As a matter of fact, Cy Jenkins drew the assignment there tonight. Let's go to him right now. Cy is at the Conseco Fieldhouse. Cy.
It's been a good night here and a good assignment, Clyde. You wouldn't think the Conseco Fieldhouse would be a big Y2K destination, but it was for thousands of people tonight, including many who drove hundreds of miles to spend their New Year's Eve with Hoosier rock star John Mellencamp. Some were young, many were middle-aged, most were just highly dedicated Mellencamp fans.
I'm John's #1 fan. I have his name tattooed on my arm.
500 of them were so dedicated they spent $150 each. That's above the price of the concert ticket, which went for up to $200 each, to attend a pre-concert party featuring gourmet food, a cash bar, and artificial cigarette smoke. But most wanted only the music of the man from Seymour, Indiana, who says little at his concerts, who still suffers from stage fright, but who shows over and over again that he's one of the most popular and entertaining acts around. Mellencamp played until just before midnight when Conseco Fieldhouse rang out with his first New Year's countdown and rang in a new millennium. Now, when they drop the balloons, you will see 10,000 balloons in Conseco Fieldhouse. Now, Sunshine Promotions put ticket sales for tonight's event at $16,500. but there were more than a few empty seats here, even though a lot of people certainly had a lot of fun here at Conseco tonight. I'm Cy Jenkins. Back to you, Clyde and Dion.
And then there's a post-concert party going on tonight.
About 300 of them are still here. The music stopped about 15 minutes ago, but about 300 of the fans remain, and they'll be celebrating until about 1:30, we understand.
Okay. Thanks very much.
Well, the airport. No, we're going to go to Indianapolis Power and Light Company. We told you earlier this evening they would be getting back to us to let us know how the evening went. So now we want to go to Indianapolis Power and Light Company. A news conference has John Hollowell with IPL telling us what happened this evening.
On behalf of all of our employees, the 2,000 employees of Indianapolis Power and Light Company, I'd like to wish you all a very happy New Year. I'd also like to mention that as far as the North America reliability system, that all of to the best of our information that we have right now, that all of the systems who are operating in the states where midnight has occurred are also all operating well. And so we will be watching, as the rest of you will, as the rest of the states past midnight. And of course, by 3 o'clock in the morning, we will have all of the states in the central, Rocky Mountain, and Pacific time zones turning midnight. Many of our employees will remain in place until all of those time zones have been passed. And so I'm going to take your questions now, but before I do, I'd like to thank all of our employees for their work. I also have with me some of our operating people. In case there are questions that I'm not able to answer, I'll be happy to turn it over to the experts. We also have representatives from Citizens Gas and John Whitaker, and from the Indianapolis Water Company, Peter Berry.
Okay.
So if you have any questions now,
That's John Hollowell, Indianapolis Power and Light. News conference there live explaining how well the evening has gone. They're monitoring the situation across the country and do not expect any problems.
And that is good news. From the 911 Emergency Center a little bit earlier, we'd heard that there had been more than 100 shots fired calls, and we have an update on one that actually we have an eyewitness of.
Well, it's been an extraordinary night on the streets of Indianapolis, something I have not heard in 25 years of covering the streets of Indianapolis. But we heard hundreds and hundreds of shots fired this evening, some very close to us, all kinds of weapons, automatics, semi-automatics, handguns, shotguns. It started at 7 o'clock this evening, and it has continued past the midnight hour. And here's just a little example of what we saw on the 1 East Side Street.
A little too close.
Absolutely. I mean, really, it's dangerous. The cops are kind of hiding by our van.
All these
Yeah, it's unbelievable. As we had indicated, we had heard all sorts of weapons, and just now, all of a sudden, maybe a few yards away, someone opened fire with in the neighborhood. The police officer went over to check it out, and as we were standing there, a bullet came crashing down into the police car. And as the police have been warning us for the past couple of weeks, what goes up will come down. A bullet that goes a mile into the air will come down, and as you can see, penetrated the trunk of that police car. And a very dangerous practice tonight, and all of that occurred at the scene of a shooting about 20 yards away, where a man lay on the ground in the 3400 block of East 34th Street, shot in the leg.
But there's really no way to tell at this point. They weren't able to tell who fired that shot into the air, because it could have come from a block away or 10 blocks
Clyde,
away.
they were shots fired all over the city, from downtown out to the east side, north side, west side, every place in town. And it reminded me tonight, listening to that gunfire and seeing the reaction of the police, of the video that we saw of Iraq with all of the that gunfire and Desert Storm. It was that loud and that long.
Well, they had said at roll call earlier this evening that they told their officers to be careful out there, that when midnight rolls around, don't be anywhere where you were going to be outside your squad car or put your squad car in any type of position where you could, and that's why, obviously.
And as a matter of fact, I talked to a number of police officers who said that they were going to look for concrete parking garages around the midnight hour.
Yeah, that's happened before, where they're very careful about that. And now we know why. Very good reason why.
Do they feel that this is going to abate now that we're now at 12:35?
Yeah.
Who knows whether it's just the Millennium mania out there, but as we pulled into the back parking lot, we could see people shooting in the 1200 block of Illinois. A guy firing a gun from the front of the apartment complex. About 4 people standing there firing guns. And we got some video of that as well.
Yeah, so that may go on for a while tonight.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. Okay, Jack Reinhardt, we're glad you're okay.
We're very glad you're safe.
So am I.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Same to you. Thank you.
And your family. Okay. Thanks, Jack. All right, where are we going to go from here? We're going to take a Skycam shot of people leaving Monument Circle and going back home or maybe to another party and leaving the downtown area. It's a busy evening. I think a lot of people have been mildly surprised and very, very pleasantly so that all the festivities downtown went off so well, notwithstanding what we just heard from Jack Reinhardt about in some individual areas and neighborhoods where there's been some celebrating with shooting off guns. But as you can see, very smooth traffic flow as people edge homeward or go to another party. And we are glad you could join us this evening and join WRTV6 and ABC for this incredible day of coverage all around the globe as we started out at 5 o'clock this morning, and now at 12:35 we're going to wrap up our coverage for this evening anyway. We'll be back again tomorrow morning with the latest news overnight for what's happened in this city and around the world. We thank you for joining us, and from all of us at Channel 6, everyone who works here and all of our families, we wish you a Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year from Budget Car Sales and Leasing. I'm Jackie Lyons, and we're here celebrating our brand new Millennium Madness pricing. It means that every vehicle in our lot and in our showroom gets a new low, easy-to-remember price, like this 99 Ford F-150 Extended Cab 4x4 for just $21,000, this 99 Ford Explorer 4x4 for $20,000, and just $15,000 for this 98 Ford F-150. Give us a call toll-free at this number and do it now.
For sinus sufferers, it can start with a twinge or perhaps a slight pressure. For everyone, there's a signal. Your sinuses are gonna be trouble. Don't let it happen. Take Sudafed at the first sign. Untreated sinus pressure can escalate to pain. But now, taking Sudafed at the first sign releases pressure, so symptoms don't get worse.
The first sign of pressure, that's my signal.
Stop sinus pain before it starts. Take non-drowsy Sudafed at the first sign.
From an early age, we're encouraged to practice, to strive for perfection, to never settle for second best. At Blackburn and Green, we too believe in the importance of practice. In fact, striving for perfection is our only goal. For more than 20 years, we've worked hard to be the best personal injury attorneys we can be. And today, we invite you to experience the difference a little practice can make. Blackburn and Green, attorneys for injured people.
Your Indianapolis Colts are playoff bound, and the Colts want to thank you with a live primetime special. Monday night at 8, right before the Monday Night Football season finale. You could be one of 100 lucky fans to win free tickets to the show, plus an exclusive tour of the Colts complex. Just watch 6 News at 6 and Sunday Sports Extra. When you hear the word, be one of the first 10 callers and win a free pair of tickets. Join Ed Sorensen and Do the Flow. Monday Night Live with the Colts. Monday night at 8.
On WRTV6!
Final answer? You win $250. You're right, way to go. $25,000. The winner is... He's won $1 million.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire returns January 9th on ABC.
Happy New Year from Budget Car Sales and Leasing. I'm Jackie Lyons, and we're here celebrating our brand new Millennium Madness pricing. It means that every vehicle in our lot and in our showroom gets a new low, easy-to-remember price, like this 99 Ford F-150 Extended Cab 4x4 for just $21,000, this 99 Ford Explorer 4x4 for $20,000, and just $15,000 for this 98 Ford F-150. Give us a call toll-free at this number and do it now.
For sinus sufferers, it can start with a twinge or perhaps a slight pressure. For everyone, there's a signal. Your sinuses are gonna be trouble. Don't let it happen. Take Sudafed at the first sign. Untreated sinus pressure can escalate to pain. But now, taking Sudafed at the first sign releases pressure, so symptoms don't get worse.
The first sign of pressure, that's my signal.
Stop sinus pain before it starts. Take non-drowsy Sudafed at the first sign.
From an early age, we're encouraged to practice, to strive for perfection, to never settle for second best. At Blackburn and Green, we too believe in the importance of practice. In fact, striving for perfection is our only goal. For more than 20 years, we've worked hard to be the best personal injury attorneys we can be. And today, we invite you to experience the difference a little practice can make. Blackburn and Green, attorneys for injured people.
Your Indianapolis Colts are playoff bound, and the Colts want to thank you with a live primetime special. Monday night at 8, right before the Monday Night Football season finale. You could be one of 100 lucky fans to win free tickets to the show, plus an exclusive tour of the Colts complex. Just watch 6 News at 6 and Sunday Sports Extra. When you hear the word, be one of the first 10 callers and win a free pair of tickets. Join Ed Sorensen and Do the Flow. Monday Night Live with the Colts. Monday night at 8.
On WRTV6!